Hello Adventurers, Archive here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be starting a brand new Baldur's Gate 3 mini-series where we'll be exploring and going over the races in Baldur's Gate 3. We'll also explore the sub-races and look at the buffs and features it will provide you, as well as going over a few potential classes that may be suited for the race in question. But I thought I'd start off with answering a question many people ask, and that is, what is the best racial choice in Baldur's Gate 3? And to be honest simply put, there is none, as each race will offer its own unique benefits as well as its own drawbacks. However, some races can be particularly well suited for certain classes, so just keep that in mind when creating your character. In today's episode we're going to be looking at the Elf and the Half Elves. Let's start off with a little overview of the Elf race. Elves are a graceful and long-lived race known for their natural agility, keen senses and innate magic ability. They're typically slender and stand slightly taller than humans, with pointy ears and sharp features. If we go over to the race tab and click on Elves, you'll see here that we have a selection of sub-races. Two in fact, we have the High Elf and we have the Wood Elf. Now no matter which one you choose, you'll gain the same racial features. These being keen sense, a generous +2 to your dexterity, as well as being proficient in long swords, short swords, long bows and short bows. You'll also gain dark vision, which can be very handy, as well as probably the best feature of the whole of the race, Fey Ancestry. Now Fey Ancestry will give you advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magical effects can't put you to sleep. Very handy indeed. Now if you choose to go for the sub-race High Elf, you'll be able to choose a cantrip from the Wizarding spell list. A couple of recommendations here is either good old Firebolt, or if your character's about getting up close and personal, then Shock and Grasp is an alternative for that. Now, the things that will be determined by your sub-race are these little features down here. So the cantrip is one of them, and you'll also gain a base racial speed, as well as a +1 to your intelligence if you go down the High Elf route. This makes them particularly well suited for a rogue class, especially if you're going to go down the sub-race Arcane Trickster, as the +1 in intelligence will give you a much needed boost there. Now if we take a look at the Wood Elf, you'll gain all the same features that we mentioned earlier, as well as your sub-race traits. The first one being, again, a base racial speed improvement, as well as gaining the feature Mask of the Wilds. This will give you proficiency in stealth, as well as a +1 to your wisdom. Now personally, the best class for this one, in my opinion, is the Ranger, as your spellcasting abilities will come from wisdom, and a +2 in dexterity just makes sense for the Ranger. Overall, the Elf race in Baldur's Gate 3 is a powerful option for players who enjoy magic or archery and agility based gameplay, so keep them in mind when creating a character for them particular builds. Now let's go take a look at the Half Elves. So for the Half Elves, their sub-race selection, you'll get 3 choices, these being the High Half Elf, Wood Half Elf and the Drow Half Elf. Now all of these will come with the same racial features, these being a +2 to your charisma, which is brilliant by the way, dark vision and the good old Fey Ancestry. You'll also gain the ability to put a +1 into 2 other ability scores, so pick the ones that are best suited for your particular class in mind. For the Half Elf, you'll gain a cantrip from the Wizarding spell list. Again, can't go wrong with Shock and Grasp, and Firebolt's always fun, but there is a few other to explore, so do with that what you will. You'll also gain a base speed racial improvement. If we go and take a look at the Wood Elf Half Elf, you'll gain all the same features, but you'll gain Fleet of Foot, as well as Mask of the Wilds. Now for the Drow sub-race, you'll gain a base racial speed improvement again, as well as the cantrip Dancing Lights. Now this kind of doesn't make sense to me in the sense that you got dark vision, but I suppose it comes in handy when you need to help out a teammate, but it's always handy to have, right? Overall, these sub races and this race in general is great for classes such as warlocks who use charisma as their primary ability score, as well as paladins are strong with them, as being able to put a +1 into your strength as well as constitution and have a +2 charisma is just awesome. And let's not forget the bard. The bard makes very good use of the charisma, so keep them in mind when wanting to build these particular classes. And that's it for this video, people. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Now, just answer this one little question for me. What class do you think is well suited for the elf race or half elf? And let me know in the comments down below, as I'm quite interested to see what your sort of builds are for them. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Please do be sure to hit that like button. And if you could help me out by, hitting that subscribe button, would help me out a lot. Until next time, happy adventuring. Bye.